What's your name and who are you with?
My name is Eliad Josephson, and I run my own consulting firm in the diagnostics space. Diagnostics is available, it's a tool, it's coming to the home. We're all a lot more aware. Prices have come down, and it's becoming our day-to-day life.
What are the most exciting things that you're seeing right now, not just with the proliferation of AI, but where you see the combined components of AI and diagnostics really impacting what the future will look like?
We're at Health. This year, there's a dedication to the Diagnostics Zone. Leadership is recognizing that diagnostics is becoming very, very important, and therefore we created this Diagnostic Zone. Around here, there are sponsors that are touching various areas in diagnostics, from labs that are involved in genetics through collection devices, logistics and kitting, which is a big deal because people need kits at home, collection devices, new technology to do gut testing, and all kinds of categories. So I see the evolution of technology enabling us testing. A lot of them are done at home, and this is like never before. Now, when you take that and combine it with all kinds of other data, so I'm wearing the Oura Ring, of course I'm tracking my sleep, and when you combine all these data with diagnostics and let AI help analyze what this all means, we're in a revolution that we haven't seen before.
We usually see diagnostics tied to labs and clinics. How do you imagine diagnostics evolving when they incorporate real-life behavioral signals, medication adherence inside the home?
Diagnostics is coming to the home, as we said. It is one of the many different data aggregators available to us. So the home becomes a key place where people are living day to day. There's all kinds of data signals that we can get from the home. And then with those early signals, we can activate different types of diagnostic testing. Once you activate those diagnostic testing, you are creating a preventative system rather than a reactive system. So, I have friends in the industry that are saying that if we already are calling a human being a patient, that's not good. We want them not to be patients. We want to keep people as healthy as we can. And when you combine all these tools together, that's true preventative. And that will help also people with adherence, taking medication, because they're more involved and they're more in charge of their health.
You've written about flipping the funnel, making diagnostics the first touch point. What role do you see in home behavioral confirmation playing in creating that upstream shift?
The funnel, as you can imagine it, is truly being flipped. And diagnostics is in the front, is the first step of any care pathway that we're seeing. And the evidence is happening now around the entire industry. You see pharma realizing that they need to go direct to the consumer, so they're flipping the funnel. And in that communication with patients, diagnostics is going to be involved. Now, when we say diagnostics, there's a lot to it, right? There can be tests that are by definition a diagnostic test, but there's also some regulation around other types of tests that might be considered a wellness indicator or insights, not necessarily diagnostics, but it all comes together eventually to being able to read the body and to read the symptoms like never before and do the proactive work in order to prevent chronic diseases and development of cancer. We have cancer-related tests that are out here on the floor that are available at home at a price that is very affordable. So this is flipping the funnel.
If success in diagnostics meant proving behaviors in the real world, not just in a control setting, what breakthrough would you most want to see in the next few years?
What we're seeing is that diagnostics right now is becoming patient-driven. So people are realizing that there are various tools to measure their health. They have tools today in order to understand what that means. I have, personal at home, like my mother-in-law, my mom, they're on ChatGPT asking questions. People have today so much more tools, a lot of them AI-driven, that help guide and help them actually go to their physician or go to their caregiver and say, hey, these are the symptoms, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm experiencing. What kind of tests can I do that can tell us and give us information about how to make me feel better, right? So I think that will also tie to people adhering better to their medication, because now they know why they're doing or taking a certain medication, and the continuously measurement of the efficacy. That is huge. I think this is also where we're going, to measure efficacy all the time, because you take medication, how do you know if it works or not? Until the next time you see the doctor and the next time you get tested, that could be way shorter and way more like interactive with the patient at home and through the entire ecosystem of data that's being collected continuously.
What's your favorite band and what's your favorite song?
Every time I hear Guns N' Roses, I feel something special. Maybe it's tied to our childhood. So that's my favorite band. My favorite singer, the film about Freddie Mercury, it reminded me of the talent and the genius. So I think that he is probably one of my top favorite artists in the world. And another thing I would point out, which is really cool, what we're doing here in the Diagnostic Zone is a stage that is designed like how Sinatra asked to do his performance in Vegas. So he went to his manager at the time and said, look, I want to be like the boxing guys. I want to be in the ring in the middle and all the crowd around me. So for the first time, it was set up for Sinatra, probably back in the 80s or 70s. And therefore, it's like, we're going to have diagnostic people talking about thought leadership and having a Sinatra moment. So Sinatra is also probably one of all-time favorites.